Golfers is the craziest people. But from golfers, you pilots can get a serious lesson. If I ain't too personal, take this, for instance. The first rule is keep your eye on the ball. How many of you is looking at the ball? You said it. Me neither.
All right. Well, there was a little bit of a problem. This part got broken in the process somehow. All right, I've got these painted with the Tamiya, and now I'm going to use a little bit of this stuff to try and make those fins stand out a little bit more. So learning from my last mistake, let's just take a little bit of this out of here and close this lid. Now, let's take some paint thinner So I'm using the paint thinner to regulate how much of this, how strong this wash is. And the theory is because this paint, the silver or aluminum, is actually a dull aluminum from Tamiya. So because it was lacquer based, a lacquer thinned paint, the idea is that it wouldn't reactivate with an enamel based wash. That's the theory. But I don't know how the pigments in the Tamiya paint are. They are a fair amount bigger in size than the Mr. Color aluminum. So I'm not sure if this is going to work, but it seems to be working. You see how it even brings out those screws and bolts right there? All right. All right. And we'll do the other one. For each of these cylinders, the detail seems to be pretty nice. For the cooling fins, I mean. I haven't really built too many of these 2800 dual wasp engines before, so I'm not that knowledgeable about them. But I think they look pretty good.
"15 minutes later."
All right, I'm going to do a little bit of dry brushing now to just try and pull out the edges of these cooling fins that are on these cylinder heads. And for that, I'm using a lacquer-based paint. I'm making sure I take off all of the excess and just barely touching some highlight.
Two very boring minutes later.
Okay, so I think moving on, these have got the aluminum and then a wash, and there is wiring that needs to be done. But I think I have to actually assemble everything before I can continue. So first off, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a curved blade and scrape this paint off. That's a very, very tight fit. It's a very tight fit, but I've used enough glue to sort of melt it in there. But everything is lined up perfectly now. Okay, so let's do the same thing for all right, so this one, you can see like there's a notch here. I think I'm going to open that up just a little bit. And so that's got to line up with that little blip here. There's a little positive male piece that has to fit into that slot. Okay, that's weird. Why does that line up like that? All right. I'm not going to glue that in yet because I'm not sure. In the instructions, there is some wiring diagram here. So that's why I'm holding off gluing anything. So I need to understand what's going on here. But it's like you have to put everything together, like the ignition ring, this frame, mounting frame. All that stuff has to get put in before I can really wire it. So you need to commit at some point. But like, for example, here, I need to get access to this, right? That might be a bit of a nightmare. Can I do half of it? How am I going to approach doing that? See, like this wire goes through and it comes out back here. Where does this one come from? All right, guys, you can see here, these are all GC20 parts, but they have it labeled as CG, not GC. So just be aware of that minor typo. All right, you know what? I'm going to keep these on the sprue and paint them. It's just so much easier. I can always touch up the attachment points later. There's also one alone. I'm going to use this number 81 Humbrol to paint out a couple of pieces of zinc chromate. And the thing is, I'm just going to mix it up a bit because I have the Tamiya zinc chromate, and I probably have a couple of other ones too, but I'm going to use this even though it's an enamel paint. So it's not good to use an enamel wash over top of it. So probably I won't be doing that. But if I do any kind of accent wash, it'll be a water-based one. Anyway, this has been sitting for a while, so I'm going to have to stir it up. Okay, I'm going to snip these off, and I'll come back after I've got that all done. All right, so now I've got to fit this part onto here. And it's proving to be a bit of a challenge. I'm going to put a little scratch here where that is. Like right here. This will help me identify what goes where. Okay, so, and then that's got to line up there. Right. Oh, it's got to go over one. Yeah, there. It looks like it's going in. Kind of a weird fit, though. Damn. So weird. It's just a bit of a challenge trying to make sure everything lines up properly. All right, there we go. It's good to make sure all these pipes are going in below that. Damn. That one didn't get through. All right. Now it should just go on. Like that. Darn it. Can you notice that the aluminum paint is actually seeming to come off? Yeah. But maybe that actually kind of adds to the burnishing? Okay. So I haven't used any glue whatsoever yet. I'm just going to try to fit that on there, and then I'll come back. All right. You got to be really careful with these push rods. I didn't notice, but I've got them kind of like bent in some weird positions. Like this one here, right here. It's buried under there. So I'm going to have to take everything out, maybe, and try again. Okay, so let's try that again. Paying attention to the push rods. Okay, so all right, well, there's another one down. Okay, well, it works and it's very accurate, I guess. But you just need to take the time to line everything up properly. I wonder if I got that in the right spot. Never having worked on this before, I'm having to take some time to figure out how everything fits. That's why I do these videos. Maybe it'll help you understand. Anyways, all right, you can see here I've painted this like that dark iron color. And now I'm going to hit it with some rust colors. So I'll be back and I'll show you. So very carefully, drop a bit of glue in there to make everything sort of get melted together. Like I say, the tolerances of these kits from Miniart are amazing, but my suggestion to you when you're putting this on, this side of the rocker arm, you should push over that way so you can get this tube in. And then you'll have to come back like you saw me and move everything over. to under that. I'm going to get some pressure on that to make sure everything is sitting in there properly. And I'm going to glue each one of these down there. You can see right there. I've got to make sure it contacts there. So I won't do any on camera though, because it'll take forever. I'm a little afraid to commit, but so yeah, everything fits perfectly now. All I got to do is just glue it all in place, but I'm going to hold off on doing that because I'm not sure about all the ignition wiring and everything. That might be easier. So I want to be able to remove that. So I sort of inserted that one, and now I've got this to look into here. And I just want to make sure everything is properly lined up before I really glue that one intake system in. I guess that's what it is. I'm not familiar with this engine. So you see, this one's got a little pin. That one's got a pin. Oh crap. I don't know. Doesn't look like they're lining up. Oh well. Yeah, it's got to move over. Damn it. Damn. Okay, let's take that off. Let's take that off again. Damn it. That might be the way to do this, actually. Glue this one on to that one. I think that would make it easier on the rocker arms. Yeah, all right, let's... All right. So this is all fixable with a little paint. Okay? All right. Next. Well, live and learn. That paint just did not stick where it was supposed to stick. I really haven't damaged anything too crazy. Okay, I'm going to have to repaint this because it's got a lot of silver paint rubbed off on it. Okay, so I've repainted these things. I used the black from Mr. Color. It's got a bit of a gloss to it instead of the Mr. Primer, or I mean Mr. Servicer black that I used before. I repainted this because for some reason all the pigment was coming off that aluminum color from Mr. Color. So I used the Tamiya Lacquer Silver number 11, which pretty much matches the color, but and then I used this dark iron from Mr. Color to paint these exhaust pipes because I've since learned all these go kind of a rusty color. And I've also kind of like made them a bit more burnt gunmetal color. So yeah, that definitely worked a lot better. All right, so now I take this one, and I can line it up. You see, like that. That's completely weird. Now, all right, so then let's put another mark right there. That's where the little niche or notch and that little notch kind of fit inside there. I'm going to put another mark here so that I can line everything up properly. With those indicators in place, let's see. Why is that? Okay, there we go. Check all those rods. All right, so now checking again with these shape. Okay, so that works because you see there is a pin here. These other ones don't have pins. That one's got a pin, that one's got a pin, that one's got a pin. So 3 of those got a pin. And they line up like that right there, like that. So there's a pin here, pin there, a pin there. So I've got everything properly lined up this time. So yeah, it's live and learn, guys. It's part of the process of building a model. It's problem solving and figuring things out as you go. It's not Miniart's problem. It's just you have to take your time and dry fit things and look at the instructions and dry fit things. So there. All right, so a little bit of glue in here, and it helps it slip into place. And yeah, that Tamiya paint is not rubbing off like that other stuff was. And you know, it's not even been 20 minutes since I painted this stuff, and it's dry already for handling. That's the benefit of lacquers, is that they dry really quickly. Okay, moving on, I guess. All right. I'm a little afraid to commit, but so yeah, everything now fits perfectly. All I got to do is just glue it all in place. And I'm going to hold off on doing that because I'm not sure about all the ignition wiring and everything. All right, so we're back in the studio here, and we're going to pull out my old trusty Life Color Rust Colors. I really don't like their bottles, though. Everything kind of gets dried up. But okay, so you can see here with the Tamiya color, I've browned it out a bit. And let's just grab any brush here. Let's grab this one. Did I mention? I don't like these bottles. I don't like these bottles. If I were you, when you buy them, transfer them to your empty ones that you save from Tamiya or Mr. Color, and you'll thank me later, because the lids don't go on, like the screw. It's just so weird. Anyway, so I'm kind of like going willy-nilly here and there, and just getting some colors here and there, mixing it all together, wet and wet, nothing strict or anything. Now the hottest one here. There wouldn't be too much of the hot one, but we all love the hot stuff, don't we? All right. I think I want some more of that dark stuff. I'll see you back here. Wow, this one's almost dried out in there. I guess I'll put some water in. Try and reactivate it. Like, you just don't get a good seal with these bottles. The lid just doesn't work. I don't like them. I don't like them. Wow. One of my steel beads. I'll stir it up and I'll be right back. Like, you see how these lids are? They don't even really close. Like, they don't seal properly. Look at how crooked that one is. The paint is good. The jars just suck. All right, I'll let that drop out. That one's going to need to get thinned. You see, I can't get these lids on properly. Oh well. Oh, that one. That was going to be awful. But it's not. So I'll keep these as well as finish them off before I throw the cans. So these are all secure now. So here I've just sort of like dry fit these in place to just thread them in. And again, there's like a little pin and a little recess, so that'll help guide you. So I'll glue those in. I've got to figure out all the wiring before I glue everything together though. Finally, then I'll touch up everything with paint and blah blah blah. But we're looking good. All right, yeah, so I'm going to drill out these ignition spark plugs, the holes, so that the wire can really get in there. Otherwise, it'll be a painful operation. Whoops, that one went right through. Oops.
thirsty. He grinned as he stumbled through the bar. Well, he said, give me some more love, give me some love, give it all. His breath clearly said it all. His car was parked behind the back door. Tuxedo black, El Camino 1969. Well, he said, give me some more love, give me some love, give it all. His filthy fingers said it all. Yeah. Give it all. Well, he said, give me some more love, give me some love, give it all. His lazy eyes said it all. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, he said, give me some more love, give me some love, give it all. Give me some more love, give me some love, give it all. He said, give me some more love, give me some love, give it all. Give me some more love, give me some love, give it all. All right, give it to me. Yeah. All right, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, come on, come on, come on, come on. Well, he said, give me some love, give me some love, give it all. Give me some love, give me some love, give it all. Give me some love, give me some love, give it all. Give me some love, give me some love, give it all. Baby, give me some loving. Well, na 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 na.
Okay, now I'm going to secure the intakes, make sure they're all glued nicely. But I think we've come to the end of another video here. I'm kind of leaving it sort of almost done. When we come back next episode, you'll see that we continue on working on this part of the build, the engine, and some of the aging involved. But yeah, hopefully it hasn't been too boring, and you've gotten something out of it that you can use in your own build. But all I have left to say is, in the meantime and in between time, that's another edition of Jet Scale Models. Y'all come back now. You hear?